Yo, what's up, guys? We are live. Well, I hope you guys have been having a great week thus far. A lot of things happening, a lot to talk about. But let's see. Of course, the thumbnail, is indicating that we're going to talk about the 30th and basically the prices. Basically, at what cost? How far will people go to purchase the 30th? Every single YouTuber out there that seems to own some kind of a store or some kind of a site. They're just trying to offload everything they possibly can so that they can buy into the 30th, which is insane. Concept, what is going on, bro? What's up, man? Welcome. Welcome. How are you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good day so far. Yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking about like the prices. How far will people go when it comes to um just product for the 30th? I was just watching the Poke Office. They put out a video. He kind of basically said he bought too much Pitch Black. He's trying to find, I guess, funds to put in for those allocations or to be able to afford the allocations that he put in for the 30th. And so it seems like everyone, like I said, that has any kind of a site or store is doing the very same exact thing, just trying to load up on the 30th. So not only that, then it makes me feel like the average individual is doing the very same thing. People are trying to sell off product so that they can buy into the 30th. They're purposely avoiding buying the smaller sets like Pitch Black, Chaos Rising, and of course Perfect Order, so they could pick up the 30th as well. And I feel like you can see that there's a lot of people feeling a little desperate when it comes to the 30th anniversary. And I'm thinking to myself, how far will people go? Where at what point do you feel that you've reached that point where like you're too far gone? How far is too far? Good, good. Just had an interview, feeling good. Nice, nice, man. Yo, what's going on? Awesome. How you doing, bro? Everything's going well. Honestly, can't complain. Can't really complain. We're here, right? We're here talking Pokemon. You know, can't possibly be talking Pokemon and having a bad time or a bad day, right? This is the greatest part of the day, where you get to just hang out and talk about the hobby you enjoy. So, how are you doing, man? The chef, what's going on, man? What's up? What's up? Yeah, for sure, man. Hell yeah. Uh, yes, hope you're good, dude. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm great. Honestly, I'm just happy to be here and just really to be here with you guys. This is like when it comes to content creation, this is like one of the best parts right here, or if not the best part, because I like making videos. But this part right here, where I get to talk to people that like the same thing that basically I like, it's really for me the best part. How many pre-orders you putting into GameStop? Well, sadly, throughout the course of all that happening, I never had an opportunity to actually stop at GameStop. So I have no pre-orders at GameStop. Are they still open? Our game, let me know at least. If that happens, maybe I'll try to force my way to somewhere. I simply don't want to. There's a GameStop by me, like on the way home from work, that's in a mall, and I feel like if there was going to be a place that you shouldn't go, it's probably the mall. Like every time there has been like an insane drop for Pokemon, whether it be like Prismatic or anything in the past, and Ascended Heroes, there's like a line like from the GameStop in the mall out the door of the mall, like the whole mall itself. Like it's insane. So I don't know if it's worth going there and trying to pre-order there. So yes, pre-orders still open. ETBs might be gone. Damn. Well, I guess it's too late for me then. Because the only thing that looks like has like a somewhat of a decent price point or a fair price point are the ETBs. Now they're down to 100. Outside of that, though, I don't even know the prices for the others. I know the UPCs got brought down to 400. I think that's too much. I don't know what the booster bundles are at right now. I don't know what the collection boxes are at, but I thought I saw collection boxes at like $80. I'm not sure. Did you get the refund? I just put in for that on that very same day that I was talking to you guys about it. So they're giving me 7 days to mail it out. I still have not yet mailed it out. I'm going to be mailing it out at some point either tomorrow or Saturday. I just got to mail it out, put the tracking information in, and then the process continues from there. Um, I think the 30th will leave a lot of people hurting, a lot of people thriving. Yeah, though. So the ones that actually have good opportunity and can actually uh, take advantage of that, yes. Then the ones that don't have that kind of opportunity, that don't have an in somewhere, that don't have distro, and they're going to have to pay these insane prices, the ones that get really desperate might get hurt. They might, depending on what that price point is. Let me just share. I forgot to share the link to my Discord. Um, we've been having some interesting conversations in the Discord today about what's going on with the current market. But I didn't, I was thinking about possibly making the live about that. Um, but I figured more people might want to talk about the 30th. But I think honestly, both topics would have been great talking points today. So I think I just might settle with a video when it comes to that topic for tomorrow. We've been having some nice conversations here today. I'm doing good as well. Even better now that we get to have a nice discussion on my favorite TCG. Nice, nice. That's how I feel. The hat is so cool, by the way. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It is my favorite of the hats that I do have. UPC has 30 packs, so I think people are using price memory from other products. Actually, solid price point. I mean, I guess you could see it that way. If you want to try to justify buying the UPCs at $400, is absolutely insane. I know that people are trying to use the price per pack thing, right? But then think about this. The Mega Charizard UPC that we had recently has been doing great this year. When that got released, I believe MSRP for that was like $120. That was 120 MSRP. And that was like everywhere at 120. It was at Target, Walmart. I think it dropped on a Pokemon Center. Um, I don't know if it dropped at Costco or not, but it's kind of like buying that at double the price. How many people are buying the Mega Charizard UPC at $250? Clearly, I bet if we look at, um, let me see, Charizard UPC. I bet if we look at it, you know, it's at 235 right now, market, and it's clear for everyone that, like, right when we look at this, it's pretty clear that the buy volume has been decreasing as price has gone up, right? The more expensive it gets, the less sense that makes to buy. Now, at this price point, at 235, I still think that this is a good buy, but it was a much better buy at $140, $120, right? So the point is for me, like this opportunity should be available, but it's not. Right at $400, this growth that you would have had if you bought here, for example, this growth at 400, it's already like priced in. It's already priced in, and the only people winning at that point is GameStop. You know, what will it sell like on the secondary market? I don't know. Who knows? Um, we'll have to see because prices for the 30th celebrations, the ETBs are coming down. Right. I was looking at the ETB before I came live. So these were higher before. We're at 215. It's dropped dramatically. Right. Look, they were like 475, 343. We're now down to $215 for these. Right. So these have come down dramatically. I would have to assume that every single product here has as well. The booster bundles at 120, that was up here with pre-sales at 218, which is insane. So these keep dropping. So hopefully that continues, right? This releases in September, so we have some time to allow this stuff to actually retrace and just get to a more stable price point where it just makes sense. The UPCs are holding somewhat at that close to that $700 price point. We have one here at 775 and the other one at 676. What was this at? So even this was insane before, right? Now it's starting to flatten out at that $700 price point. But like, if you're buying at this price point, like, I'm sorry, but I feel like you took an L. You know what I'm saying? And yes, 400 is less than that at GameStop. It's still, you're just losing out on so much growth, man. It's just, you know, this brings me to like a very important thing that a lot of the people that are here now haven't had a chance to experience, right? So the people that you see with massive collections, whether it be the Poke Plumber, whether it be Nostalgianomics with his insane success that he's had with both rip and shipping and investing, right? Then you have somebody like a Poke Profit. You have even Rudy himself. All of these, every single individual that I just named that is successful with Pokemon investing took advantage when these boxes were not in demand, were not sought after for like 90 to 80 to $90 each. So even when we talk about booster boxes that are good buys at $200, you are going to start experiencing the growth in your investment from that $200 price point, right? When they have already been experiencing it from $90, right? And this is what's going to happen with the UPC. Buying UPCs at 400 when MSRP, I can't, I'm getting confused with guys. Guys keep giving me different information. It's either 140 or 180. Either way, that growth that you would have had from either of those start points, you're missing out on at $400, right? So that to me sucks, right? Like, it's something that we need to remember. Like, all of these people that we've seen with massive success have been around for some time now, and they were buying boxes at like $90, and that's not an opportunity at the moment, right? You don't have that chance right now to. It's just not happening, right? GameStop wasn't a place that sold above MSRP. They used to sell at MSRP, and now that doesn't even exist at GameStop anymore. So got my pre-order from Pokemon Center for ETBs, and I got one from GameStop. Maybe I get one more, but doubt it. Yeah, I missed out on the PC one. I tried, like really tried, um, and it wasn't working. And what's messed up is that so last night there was a Walmart drop, and I don't know if I know Concept you were here last Sunday. So last Sunday, I think it was last Sunday. I was trying to do something on Walmart, or was it last Wednesday? I think I can't remember, but I was on Walmart and I was trying to do something on Walmart, and somebody told me to go to incognito mode so that the Walmart website would show me all the stuff that I was like in line for in queue for. And what actually happened was that I had some like corrupted cookies like saved on the computer. And so then I found that out. I deleted those, and I was able to go onto the Walmart website with the queue actually showing, and it was working fine. Actually, after a while, it wasn't even letting me open Walmart, and it was saying forbidden, right? So then I got that cleared out. And then I realized that the Pokemon Center website was also giving me a lot of trouble, like all the time. My fiance would try to go onto the site, and it would say something like, it took too long for a Pokemon Center to load. So then I went ahead and deleted those cookies. So I'm hoping that that's going to solve the issue in the future. But the last, I would say, like 6 drops have been brutal when it comes to like using my computer for it. And I think it was like corrupted cookies both on Walmart and on the Pokemon Center. So no, I couldn't get those, sadly. The PCTBs are going to be really valuable. I'm hoping they're going to be a different design, just like the 25th. It would be amazing for that product just to be a standalone product that is an actual exclusive and looks different, right? This is why the Desert Rivals ETB is so good. This is why it's so valuable. It's a completely different look, right? Even though it's the same artwork, it's a different look. Instead, it's colors are reversed, right? But then you look at things like Phantasmal Flames, the PCTB. Even though that one has performed really well, what's stunting the growth of that ETB is that the regular ETBs look just like it. Every other ETB looks exactly like the PC ETB, outside of the fact that it's a little zoomed in, right? So I'm hoping that they have a different design, at least for that. And I'm hoping that they drop them again so I have another chance to at least pick up a few, because I really wanted it. I really tried it. It wasn't working. The Charizard UPC has half the packs. I'm not comparing the amount of packs. I'm just giving you the. I'm trying to give you the price point at which MSRP or whatever you want to call MSRP starts at. And at that point, what I'm trying to tell you is that even at that point, nobody's calculating the the cost of each pack within the Charizard UPC when they put out that price point. After, after it has grown, I think at some point I made a video and the Charizard UPC was at like $210. I did the math with all the packs. It added up perfectly, adding up all the pack value and the promos, and it added up to exactly like $215. So it made that Charizard UPC look like a great buy at the moment because you're not going over, or it just seemed like a fair price point at that moment. Now, yes, these are great. At the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're so used to like these price points being so insanely high that we find ways to justify these price points. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it shows like it's gonna take time. Like, once you buy these, there's gonna be a lot of hype, and eventually we're gonna move on from the 30th, right? There's not gonna be 30th hype after a while. And at some point, you're gonna realize that it's gonna take time for a lot of these products to grow. Now the UPCs are their own case. Even the 25th celebrations, UPCs took a lot of time to grow, even though they were better the better product out of the two when it comes to like value. I just think that we could have better opportunities with these. I understand what you're saying. I understand that there's going to be 30 packs in there. I understand that there's going to be amazing promos in there. But hopefully there are better opportunities because I don't see the greatest opportunity at $400 to $500 with these right now. You're going to be locking in a lot of money, and I just don't know. Like, none of us know what they're going to do right as we move forward long term. Are they going to start rapidly climbing? Like, are they going to at release, if you buy it at $400 and they drop today, are they going to start climbing automatically tomorrow? Because I think that's what we're expecting. That's what we're used to, right? But you just never know. It's I always like to have some cushion, right? I always like to have some cushion because sometimes it can go in a completely different direction, is all I'm saying. So I'd rather be at a better price point. I'd rather be at least at $300. And at $300, even that sounds like a lot, to be honest. I know there's a lot of hype, and it's a great product, but I think 350 sounds much better than 4. Um, we'll have to see though. Like I said, we have time. These are gonna pull back. These are gonna pull back some. The only people, keep in mind, the people who are listing on TCG Player are only legit stores that are allowed to actually list on TCG Player. So everyone else that has allocations and has distribution, they're not allowed to post anything here yet. So people will start listing their products at more affordable prices. They're going to want it to sell. They're not going to want to sit at $700. If it was so easy for people to buy at $700, like we're seeing on TCG Player, people would be buying up Lost Origin left and right, and clearly that's not happening. It's a lot of money to be dishing out in one shot like that. I haven't been I haven't been this organically excited for a set since Destin Rivals and Prismatic. It is a banger set. I'm not gonna lie. I was showing my fiance the set, and I was telling her that I think she's gonna like it, and I showed her the Mew in particular, and I was just saying like they stacked this thing so much. Like, I think they purposely made the other sets small to make this one a banger. DJ, what's going on, bro? Thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you. UPC having 30 packs, massive chase list, extremely desirable promos. The writings on the wall. Sad to say, I think the floor for these are going to be 300 in the most realistic scenario. Like I said, I think 300 is good. I think 300 is decent. Um, I can't remember. I still can't remember what MSRP is supposed to be, 140 or 180. Um, but I'm hoping that we find some better opportunity, because in reality, I will not think about how much it's going to take for a product that's sitting at $400 to grow. Look at everything that has hit $400 outside of Desert Rivals, and look at how much time it's taking for everything to grow. Phantasmal Flames, an amazing Charizard, still within the 400s. It did pull back in this time. Um, Even if we look at other sets before that were pretty good, Twilight Masquerade, Paldea Evolved, like all these at a certain point, and Paldea Evolved being probably the second best set in the Scarlet and Violet era, now it's hitting that like ceiling, like they're struggling to climb. And that includes Destin Rivals. It did pull back. It's been struggling to climb, and Destin Rivals had been manipulated several times in in the direction that we really aren't choosing for, right? It's been made more expensive for several factors, right? It definitely got manipulated several times. And even with that, it's still struggling to stay up there. It's at a nice price point right now, like a high one, but it's not just flying. It's not continuing to the moon, right? That's just not happening. It just makes it that much harder for these price points to move. So keep that in mind as well. After a certain price point, things struggle to move. They really do, and of course, that all goes based on certain products or certain sets, but they still get to a point where they struggle. Very cool, guy. What's going on, bro? What is going on? I agree. I'm holding off on the 30th round. I'm really just trying to see what's going to happen. Right now, outside of GameStop, the most affordable or the cheapest ETB I'm finding right now is for $175 for a pre-order, which is still pretty pricey for an ETB. I'm late because I'm buying cards in auctions. Hey, do you, man? Do you, man? Get some deals if you can. I'm happy with getting on Pokemon Center. I got my two PCTBs and three bundles. We'll go for UPCs as well. Here in Canada, EB Games is close to MSRP, so we'll try. Nice, nice. That's great, man. I hope you get one. Yo, Roxy, what is going on, bro? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by, man. Thank you. I'm sending product to CT scan at my pad. This guy, yo, Dios. I think if he wanted to be, he could be like the biggest troll. If he wanted to be, not saying that he is exactly, but if he wanted to be, he could be. Yeah, I think you're right. From an investment lens, the cost of entry is so high you could stagnate for years around that entry point. It's the reality of it. Just thinking about, like I said, thinking about like Destined Rivals, perfect example again. Great Pokemon Center ETB, really high in demand, really desirable. It looks amazing. Where is it right now? Has it just continued to go to the moon? I'm gonna go to it right now. I haven't been looking at PCTBs as of late, right? I've been focusing more on booster boxes. I was looking at ancillary products, and I've been telling you guys that I'm looking at those as well. I want to pick up a decent amount of ancillary products for those most in demand sets. Which I explained in my other video. We're going to look at the PC ETBs. How how much have they really been moving? Are they flying? Are they having trouble breaking a certain price point? Yeah, yeah, we could see that 560. It's climbing, and I think you could plead the case right here that it was manipulated as well. Why were these being bought at $605 when there was clearly more stock available at other price points at 560? Several times was this is like the thing in Pokemon too, right? That a lot of people tend to manipulate a lot of these price points because they have a lot of money held up in these products. But even with that, at a certain point, you do hit this like temporary, if it is temporary for the time being, glass ceiling, right? Where it really struggles getting past that price point. You see that the buy volume is declining dramatically. And it's because of that. It's because of that price point. It makes it harder to justify at those prices. And that's the kind of stuff, the kind of thing that I am trying to be aware of when it comes to these UPCs. I don't want to put myself in a position where I bought into something that's going to be stagnant for the next 3 years. And even if it does grow a little bit, maybe it grows a little bit and then it's stagnant for the next 3 years. What's the point of buying into it at $400 if it's only going to appreciate 20% in 4 years or in 3 years? You know, that's just my concern. It just is. And then even if it is 25%, it's just another $100. I could have put that 400 into probably several booster boxes, and that would have got me those gains faster. In reality, that's just the truth. Um, I'm like I said, just trying to be smart with it. I understand the argument, and it's been brought up before with the 30 packs in it, and I get it. The promos in there are going to be amazing as well. I think a lot of it is going to have to be determined when a lot of this actually hits the market. What is going to be the price point? What's the market actually going to consider a good price point for all those promos? What is that Umbreon going to be worth? What is the Espeon going to be worth? The Mewtwo, and the Mew as well. And of course at the start they're going to be incredibly inflated, right? So we don't know where it's going to land, right? We've seen a lot of these products come out sky high and then they drop. Not saying that this one will. I'm just saying things happen. So I'm just trying to be as smart as I can. I don't have any ins anywhere. I don't have any place to pre-order this stuff for a decent price point, like for a good price. I just don't have that, right? I don't have those kind of connections. So I am very much like every single one of you guys, unless, as a matter of fact, some of you guys have said several times, whether it be in the comment section or in the chat here, that you have connections, that you have so-called plugs, right? Good connections that give you good opportunities. I don't have that. I am much more like the average person than I guess most of these other content creators. Most of the other content creators that I know that I watch, they all have some kind of a plug, some kind of an in somewhere where they can get decent price points. So just at least be aware of that. I'm the actual average collector that has a YouTube channel. So I hope that a lot of people try to think in a way where they're considering keeping themselves safe and just trying to be a little smart, and just that's all I want. I'm not a greedy person at all in the sense. And I want everyone to succeed, and I don't want people to get hurt. Honestly, I don't. It's not. I'm not the person that cheers for the next person's downfall. You know what I mean? Even though there are people out there like that, that's not me. And I really hope that people really think things through. MSRP for the UPC is 180 or 200. I think it's 180. I heard somebody said 140 and then somebody said 180. I can't remember which was which. And one of them I think was, if I remember correctly, was a Canadian price point. I think. 300 and below will be a great buy if you can hold and not open. I think the most I can justify is 300. I think that for me, I'd love to, at least I'd love to be there. I think 300 would be decent. I've picked up several other things close to that price point, like the prismatic SPCs. So I'm good with that. Um, but we'll have to see, man. Like I said, a lot of these price points are pulling back. The SPCs are the only ones not necessarily pulling back. But like I said before, um, if you look at like if we actually go to these, right, and we look at, just look at how many are listed, right? Like it tells you 31 listings, 38 listings, 34, 11, 18. It's so minimal. It looks so small because, like I said before, these are actual stores listing this, and they're just trying to take advantage of the market, right? These are actual stores. They have these little, see, certified hobby shops have been verified as licensed game retailers with a storefront location. So these are stores with brick and mortars, and they definitely want to take advantage of any fool that's going to buy at these price points. So they list these inflated prices, and that's just what happens. And there aren't that many listings. You see that some stores have a decent amount, like 50, but most of them have two, four, one, five, two, like, just keep things like that in mind. These price points are not realistic. At least these for sure are not. Just something I did want to point out, even though GameStop is already looking a little crazy at that $400 price point. If a lot of people would just breathe and not buy at those prices, stores everywhere, yeah, 100%. But that's the thing, though. Like Pokemon, just looking for my water. That's the thing. Pokemon is like a stock, but not like a stock. Because when somebody buys into a stock, they have nothing attached to it. There is no attachment. Here, we have all kinds of emotions here attached to Pokemon products because it's connected to our childhood, right? So people see something like this UPC, which does look amazing. I'm not trying to downplay the UPC. I'm just saying people look at this UPC and they say, wow, 30th anniversary, it's going to be a banger. They're already getting emotionally involved. They're already getting emotionally invested, right? They see the UPC, they see the Umbreon, they see the promo, they're getting exciting. All their feelings are getting all crazy, and they can't hold back, so they buy. And that happens more often than not. That's what drives the Pokemon market. Believe it or not, that's literally what drives the market the most. Hype, emotion, nostalgia, like it's really what does it. And so people have a hard time holding back. Did you watch the new Logan Paul video? We booming again, baby. No, I have not. I don't. Was it on his YouTube channel? Let me know. I don't have his. Like, I'm not subscribed to him, of course. I have no idea what he's done. Yeah, like I said, I just want to make sure that I say this again because I don't want people to think that I'm trying to say the 30th is not worth buying, or no. The 30th is amazing. It is absolutely stacked. But as I said before, Everyone you've seen succeed has had an opportunity with something in the past at very, very good price points. And I promise you that a lot of these people that you will see as content creators that will buy into these products will not be buying at $400. They will have some kind of connection somewhere, whether it be to someone that has distro, whether it be to those guys that did uh, move fast enough and get into those wholesale programs. They will have opportunities to buy at decent prices. They will buy at distribution prices, and so everyone else is going to be scrambling trying to find those price points, and they're not going to find them. And then the ones that are will see like some real success will be those people. Jacob, what's going on, bro? What's good? Nothing much, man. Just chilling. Happy to talk Pokemon with you guys. You know, I wanted to talk about this in particular because, like I said before, the most affordable, the cheapest ETB I found is for $175 online. Right? If there is, let me know if you guys do know another place that's pre-ordering for less. But the most affordable one I found was at $175. Of course, GameStop has them for 100, but 175 is the cheapest I found online. Too bad you're not here in Europe. I'd hook you up for MSRP for a few boxes. Damn. Hey, listen, I appreciate it, man. I wish I could take advantage, but it is what it is. It doesn't always work out that way. Um, unless you can like ship them here or something like that. I don't know what shipping costs for something of that size. I have no idea whatsoever. Um, if that could work out and you could actually help me out with that, I would gladly uh buy that from you. I don't know what connections you have. I think it was you the last time you said you had some really good connections. I think it was you. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I would definitely take advantage of that for sure, if it's possible. If not, then it is okay, my friend. First PSA submissions is a Q&A. Super excited to get them ASAP. Nice. Nice. Uh, you gotta watch. I is it on his channel though? He's trying to get the first Pikachu ever in the 10, buying like millions in sheets and books. Love or hate Logan, he knows how to pump this market like nobody else can. Yeah, he does. Like I said, like I did get into this discussion with someone in my Discord, and I think if I remember correctly, I forgot who it was they were talking about, but they were talking about not liking a particular person, or not liking not liking them, like the person who they are, but like what they're about, because they were supporting Logan Paul. And the one thing that I did explain was that the reason why the person was somewhat supporting Logan Paul is because he is the reason that a lot of the stuff that we own has gained more value. He didn't do all of it on his own, but he definitely put a lot of work into what we're seeing right now. A lot of it has transpired because of him. Like that like when that Pikachu Illustrator thing happened, a lot of vintage started booming, right? So it was really because of what he did. And of course, he did what he did in COVID during 2020, and that helped the market as well. So I would definitely, I definitely get it. I don't have anything for him or against him. Of course, it looks like he doesn't know things about Pokemon. I saw him in an interview. They were asking questions like in the game, and he clearly was answering them wrong. It's like, how do you go unprepared into an interview? Like it was so weird, but he didn't know what he was talking about. Chasing a pop zero card is crazy work. Yeah, that is. I mean, somebody with the funds, like that's what you need, money to be able to do something like that. Because buying sheets is insane. Those are like $20,000 a pop. You know what I mean? Depending on the sheet. But yeah, let me know. Is it on his YouTube channel? Because you haven't let me know yet. I want to know if it's on his channel. I want to know where to find the video, basically. I'm just starting a TCG vending machine, so I'm all for the Pokemon to crash. Right, but that's what I'm saying. And you know what it is? It's not like I understand what you want, and I also understand that you don't necessarily want Pokemon to get hurt in any kind of way. You just want better opportunities. You just want a better price point so that you could afford to be successful with your vending machines. And this is the same thing with the investments. Even though you aren't talking about holding something long term, even if it's short term, because while you own it, you've theoretically invested your money into these products until they sell in the vending machine, right? Which is what we want to do years down the line. So it's basically one and the same. You want better opportunities. And I always talk about price points or entry points for that reason. You don't want to start off high. It doesn't make sense. Sorry, shipping overseas is a hustle for my business with taxes and stuff. Nah, you're good, bro. You are good. Thank you for even offering though, man. I appreciate it. Don't even worry about it, man. I would love to see a reaction video to it. Yeah, like I said, I would try. I've never done a reaction video before, but there's always going to be a first time for everything. Let me know where it's at. Uh, Logan Paul's new video was very long. It was a very long commercial for his box brick and digital platform. Can't deny it had good editing. Cool to see Coral Sheets. Wow, but don't get it twisted. It's a commercial. Well, I mean, I haven't seen it. It would be interesting to watch at least. He's as deep as you can go now, right? 400K for one sheet he paid. That's insane. Yes, yeah, you agree. That's all it is. I get it, man. Trust me, I do. Bought some of the books for one what? For 1 mil. Yeah, he's nuts. Ty, what's going on, bro? What's good? How you been doing? I'm good, man. I've been good. I've been looking forward to this live today, hoping to see some familiar names, which is what I'm seeing here. I love seeing you guys stop by. Thank you. 100%. It's a Rip It and Golden and PSA even Tag probably paid him. Wow, that's crazy. For sure. The visit to PSA and Tag were sponsored and paid. Oh, hell yeah. If he visited, I didn't even know that. Where is this video? You guys, you guys, I've asked this like 3 times. Nobody's saying where this Logan Paul video is. Is it on YouTube? Is it his channel? I don't even know what his YouTube channel would be. Is it just Logan Paul? Come on, guys. Work with me here. Work with me. Where is this thing? Let me see. Logan Paul. It is a video. How long? This thing is 57 minutes long. What? Now, I never know. I'm I never know whose video I could react to. Like when you react to a video, it like notifies them with a copyright thing. Sometimes I don't know. I would try it. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. I usually show you guys the screens that I'm looking at. I just found it right here. This is definitely the video 5 hours ago. It already has 172,000 views. Um, I will. So our reaction. See, I've never done a reaction videos. React when it comes to reaction videos. Do people usually react live for the first time, or do they watch it first and then give their ideas as to like what he's talking about and things like that? That that would be an insanely long video, like insanely long, because as you're watching this hour-long video, you're pausing the video to give your your ideas or what you think, your opinions. That would be crazy long. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying it out. To be honest, I've never done a reaction video, so that'd be something new for me. Poke Painter first first what, bro? Do you know are you behind? I hope Poke Painter's not behind. Let's see. Let's see if he responds. Because how are you first? Just find it. Yes, YouTube. Yeah, I just found it. I just found it. It's worth it. I got you. You already know, always going to tune in when I catch you live. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I really do, man. I really do. I've watched it 5 times. You've watched it 5 times. Oh my god. I guess it's that good. Do it. Oh no, you pause, do your own thoughts as it goes. Okay, so that means I watch it live. Cool. Okay. Yeah, but you can skip the Rip It commercial part. Yeah, that I would. I already seen him share that a few times. So yeah. He said he will do it live. What's up? I'm late. Oh, okay. I got you. I mean, thank you for stopping in anyways. Yeah, man. I you know what? I already have a video in store for tomorrow. Pokepainter saw what we were just talking about in the Discord, and I think that's a very, very good talking point for tomorrow's video. A very good topic, which I think people aren't really acknowledging. And I'm not going to say much about tomorrow's video, but it does have to do with all this like doom and gloom stuff, like this crash where people aren't buying because of certain prices, things are dropping, so people don't buy. Like it has to do with that kind of stuff, and it has to do with how like I view it and how I am viewing it and how I think it might be impacted depending on what's happening right now or what I think is going to happen right now. So yeah, that I already have that video in mind, but maybe I should hold that one off and do this one tomorrow, which would be an incredible. This would be such a long video, insane. I'm gonna give it a shot, guys. I've never done anything like this before. I will truly give it a shot. I hope I don't get like a copyright strike for it because that can happen. I don't know exactly. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I will try. I'll give it a shot tomorrow. I will. It's edited really good. The market is gonna pump again, no question. It was already gonna pump with the 30th, to be honest. He didn't even have to do this. Um, he didn't even have to do it at all. But it's making him money. You know, he when he first did this what do you call it? I'm gonna go while I speak, I'm gonna go back through my videos and try to find it. When Let me go to my YouTube channel. When when he did that Pikachu Illustrator thing with Golden and stuff like that, and all of that happened, I did make a video. I can't remember how long ago it was though for me to find it. I made a video basically talking about what will happen next, like or what people will be targeting next because of it. So, oh, here we go. That was 5 months ago. So the video, like there's certain videos that don't align with my YouTube channel in the sense with the algorithm. So the algorithm screws me and it doesn't push it. And that really is a thing, which sucks. So this was the video right here where he did that video, that golden thing, and I was saying what to expect, $16 million, whatever for the Pikachu, whatever. You see the title. So the point was that I was pointing out what was going to follow after this. And what was going to follow is exactly what I thought was going to follow is exactly what happened, which was vintage starting to pump. Now that he took advantage of supposed to be the only PSA 10 we ever had for the Pikachu Illustrator, there were going to be people looking for other opportunities with other vintage Pokemon cards, and that's exactly what started happening. So people started buying up base set Charizards again, base set Mewtwo's, all base set cards, base set two, all vintage. They just started buying it up and looking for other opportunities because Logan Paul found a great opportunity. So that's what I thought would happen, and it did. Um, and then I even made another video, which once again doesn't go with my channel algorithm, which I absolutely hate. I should be able to make a video and it should get pushed, but it doesn't. So then I made another video about what you may want to target that's actually going to hold value in the long term that's scarce. So I talked about like the Masaki Gengar, all the Masaki cards like the Alakazam and many others, or just other rare items out there like that Kangaskhan. I forgot what it's called. There's a really rare Kangaskhan out there though. There's also a really rare Blastoise out there. And I showed all those cards in those videos, in that video, for example, which was also something that was feeding off of what Logan Paul had done, because whatever he does in this space tends to like send like a shockwave, and it as that shockwave moves throughout the hobby, there are certain things that it touches and it affects. And of course, that was vintage for that. Now, for this, it's probably going to be more vintage. If he's looking for a card that has zero pop, people are going to start looking for cards that have very little pop, right? If they can, and if they're affordable, depending on the card, it could be 100 pop. 100 pop is really low. And there are several 100 pop cards out there. 200 pop cards are still really low. So it triggers that effect, right? Karma, what's going on, bro? Kevin, you love Logan Latouche. No, he didn't say anything about loving him, but he was saying how he definitely affects this space and he helps pump it and provide value to a lot of what's in Pokemon. I think all the Core cards, especially lower grades, are going to pump along with all vintage all over again. Probably. Show, what's going on, man? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. What's funny is that I've been wanting a Kokoro Mew for such a long time, and it has been pumping nonstop. Like it, when I thought it was like a little too far to my reach, it just kept going. And at this point, it's like I feel like I just missed the boat. I love that Mew. It looks amazing. It's like a love and hate thing with Logan. Let's be real. He's got PSA under his belt, and Beckett now. He's gonna start to get the pop one Pika. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, I don't know. I think that Pikachu Illustrator should have been a PSA 10 from the first place, and I think they just helped him out with it because it was gonna help them pump. It helped everybody pump. PSA, Golden, him, Pokemon, like it just did. But yeah, damn. This is why I say, like, at the beginning of my lives, I always say, like, I have an idea of or a topic that I want to talk about, which is the price points and what seems to be a good price point, or at what point is it too far. And I always say that, I always say something like, let's see what kind of conversations we get into because it never goes as planned. It literally never goes as planned, and at least I expect it and I welcome it because it brings up these conversations, interesting conversations as well, that allows us to engage the way that we're engaging, right? So, like, I wouldn't have known about the Logan Paul video if that didn't happen just now. But yeah, Keto, what's up, brother? What's up? Welcome to the stream, man. I hope he gets to 10. I hope it's 100 million. MSRP is too much. Dio says MSRP is too much. Yeah. You know, MSRP is too much when it's a set people aren't excited for, or it's a set that people see other people aren't excited for because people like to go off of what other people do. People will only buy when they see other people buy. It helps justify their buying instead of them just buying what they want to buy or what they believe in. And the fact is that a lot of people don't have the belief in these Pokemon sets that they think they do. They only do it because they see that everybody else believes in it. And so whatever you're seeing at MSRP right now that isn't getting bought, they would be buying if everyone else was buying it. But clearly it's not happening, so they're not buying either. Love your videos, mate. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's nice to hear that once in a while. Making content consistently isn't the easiest thing in the world, and there are times where I definitely feel like I'm not doing as well as I should be. Like I'm not providing quality or something in that nature. So it's always great to hear something like that. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's the first Pokemon card ever, Pikachu card. Yeah. Shrouded Fable is the most underrated set in the SV era. I brought up Shrouded Fable so many times. You know, it's not even just Shrouded, to be honest. It's not just Shrouded. It, you know, sorry, I'm just like scanning this 30th celebration product list page on TCG Player. Um, it's not just Shrouded, right? If might as well. I was gonna forget again. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. What is this right here? Nope. I'm just trying to see what these layouts do. They're already pre-made layouts. Oh, that has me. Okay. This blocks less. Let's stick with this. So it's not just this, right? It's of course, right? We were talking about Shrouded Fable. Temporal Forces is one that I spoke a lot about, and a lot of people disagreed, and it's fine. I'm very fine with people disagreeing with me. Very fine. But I'll tell you what hasn't been disagreeing with me. The numbers. The numbers have not been disagreeing with me. And a lot of people called this set a poo-poo set, a caca set, a trash set. All the dogs look horrible. They don't even look like the originals, which are not supposed to look like the originals. And there was a lot of hate for this set. and look at where we are now, $318. And there were people out there, and I'm not going to name names of YouTubers that swore Paradox Rift was better than this set, and kept pushing Paradox Rift over this set. Um, and this set is at $318 currently, right? It pulled back from 333 during this slowdown period, and Paradox Rift is actually out of print. Where are we? 293 out of print compared to in print, and still $20 cheaper, $25 cheaper. But Temporal Forces to me was one of the ones that were really underrated with what's in there. This set has a lot of illustration rares. Paradox Rift does as well, but I just think this one is better. Shrouded for sure. I mean, I think Shrouded is underrated. I brought it up many times. This has been my prime example for a set that everybody hated, and now all the cards in it are valuable. 75, 60, 56. And I know these aren't like those top chase cards in other sets where they have like $300 cards, $500 cards. But the fact is that the Persian was the top chase at $30. This Duskull was like $10. The Houndoom was behind the Persian at like 20 something dollars. Horsey was like $11. Like all these cards were like $10 cards or less. All of them. What was a Duskull? Watch this. 27, 20. Well, I can't go back further because I was looking at this set before, and the lineup, this is, if anything, the most loved out of all of them. Where are the others? That's Nor. Should be last as well. 19. This set was so trashed. People talked about this set in such a negative manner every single time. I can't even find the other one. Dusclops. $19. They were even cheaper than that. The Horsey, which is above most of those cards, $18, and it was even cheaper than that. I mean, right? It was like the most hated. Look at where it is now, to be honest. Hope it gets to 10. What he's talking about, Logan Paul's video that he just put out, and this is the video right here. He's hoping that he gets a PSA 10 on that Pikachu, the first ever Pikachu made. No, bro, you're doing great. Very down to earth and no drama. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm really staying away from the drama. I'm not for it at all. I was buying Shrouded Fable ETBs for $39 last year. PC ETBs were $80 on the secondary market. I love it. Yeah, they're gonna move eventually, right? They've been moving little by little. Probably the most organic growth we've seen in the whole market. Temporal is the most underrated main set. That was what I thought, but a lot of people hated on it, like a lot. Temporal Forces is a beautiful set. Surging Sparks at $300 is a crime. You know why? The only reason why $300 is not a crime is just because it got those huge waves. It's the only reason why I would say it's not a crime, right? Because look at this. So Surging and what am I doing? Surging, I believe Surging and right. The next block is from Temporal forward, or Pantheon Fates forward. No, sorry. Temporal forward. Temporal, Shrouded, Stellar, Surging. And I believe it stops here. I think Prismatic is the new block. I believe so. But if you look at like just on TCG Player, because of course this is not the only place that product is listed, right? How many boxes? We have 116 boxes listed right now, right? That's what we have available, or left, whatever you want to call it. And then you look at Twilight Masquerade. How many do we have listed? 338. Almost triple the amount Temporal Forces does. Surging Sparks, with the amount of product that came and how it was in vending machines for so long, 789 boxes. And that's without even thinking, like, that's considering that 980 of those have been bought in the last 3 months, right? In the last 6, 1,817. And we've been getting, product for Surging since last year. Since August of last year, I think is when it started. So that's the reason why it's being held. The set's a great set, though. It is a great set. It's just we got so much product. It's the reason why it's had trouble growing. What's your plan on by the 30th anniversary aside from MSRP attempt? How about secondary market prices? It's very hyped and considering maybe to attempt to get the UPCs first. So the UPCs are going to be like the main target for most people, which leads me to believe they're still going to be incredibly expensive. I'm just looking for a specific price point. If I can get them for $300, then I'm on board. If they're at 400, I don't really know if I'm going to be on board for that, to be honest. There is going to be a lot of hype. People will buy at 400. They probably will buy at 500, but I really want to be around $300. The ETBs, as I was saying earlier, the cheapest ETB I found online right now is at $175 for pre-order. If anybody out there sees a more affordable price point for the ETBs, please let me know. The cheapest I can see right now is at 175, and I think it should be cheaper than that. Um, I'm going all in tempo forces. You know what's funny? One of the one of the points that I had talked about many times with tempo forces is the lack of product that we had available for a very long time. It's was such a long time ago that you could notice that there was so much less tempo forces than all of the other booster boxes that were there. And so, for that reason, it makes it that much more valuable. It's that much more scarce, right? You disagree. Why? It should be under 250. The Latias and Latios are the only chases. Really? I mean, okay, when it comes to only chases, well, keep in mind, I first off, I will say this. I think we've become a little spoiled, right? Because if we look at other sets like Twilight Masquerade, it really has one true chase, which is the Greninja. And then the second chase after that is the Perrin at $180 right now. And then you have another trainer on there as well. And then you have that Growlithe. It's not that expensive. You have the Eevee at like $90. You don't have too much going in Twilight, and it's more expensive than this. And then here, though, we have the Pikachu as the main chase at $328. Has been holding pretty strong, by the way, at these price points. It's staying strong. Like it has fluctuated like every other single does. But look at what it's done. It's up just 7.6% in the last year. It's been pretty strong, in my opinion. Even with all the fluctuations, it's above where it was a year ago, if not just right there. Um, I think it's doing well, right? And then the Latias it's pretty nice, in my opinion. The Milotic, it's not that popular of a Pokemon, but it's still a really nice card. Um, but having 3 chases to me, I think is pretty decent. Even 2, with everything else holding it up, that gold Pikachu's at 92, the Hydreigon is at 38, which I'm surprised this SIR is that low. Durant, not surprised at all. But then you have other cards here that have decent price points. The Latias, the Rulage, the Lysia's Appeal even, the Pikachu. And then you have other IRs here making this set a deeper set, right? Most people just think about these 2 cards, maybe even the Milotic, but this set's kind of deep. Like, it's not like Temporal Forces or Paradox Rift deep when it comes to IRs or even Paldea Evolved, but there's a decent amount of cards in here that people don't really look at or acknowledge, like the Cerulege, the Mesprit, right? There's a decent amount of cards in this set, right? I think even in the next page, we still have the Tatsugiri somewhere, the Execute, or Tatsugiri is in Twilight, I believe. But the Braviary, there's a decent amount of cards in here. Whether they're valuable or not is a whole different story, but it's much deeper than people give it credit for. I think it's decent where it's at right now, to be honest. And it has Pikachu at the front of it as a booster box. People love having the main mascot right at the front of the box. Pikachu what? Surging is number 2, the cheapest box is Scarlet Violet. Yeah. Is it the number 2 cheapest box? Um Journey Together is cheaper. No, Paradox Rift is cheaper. And I think that's it, unless Scarlet and Violet base budged. No, Scarlet and Violet base is more expensive. But like I said before, what's holding Surging back is the amount of product that we've received. That's really what it's doing. That's why. right? Uh, Butthole Umbreon, oh my god, is way better than Butthole Pikachu. The crowns are whack. I don't have a problem with the crowns, to be honest. They don't bother me at all. Like Prismatic is all crowns, and everybody loves it. I don't have a problem with it. Bro, I sold my Shrouded IRs and made 130 on 4 of them, and it paid for my Focus Fighters box. Love Shrouded. Nice. That's amazing. Nice. It was cards that everybody hated, right? No way, TJ. I'm not watching live. I'm a bit back, but the Ascended Hero Sam's Club was 55 to 56 market. It's 200. You have to hedge your bet on the UPC among. Oh my God, you lose 50 to 75. How about it never hits 400 in the market? Just a thought about it. Just a thought. I bought. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping I was looking for those Furious Fighter boxes online, and it looks like people have not yet received their boxes in my area. It looks like one person went out of their way to find the Sam's Club, and they have it listed at $220. And it just doesn't make sense. I think the price per pack value within that box was, I think when I added it up, it was like at $192. If I'm correct, let me look at the pack value, the loose pack value. So I would not buy that box at 220. I don't care that it's Ascended Heroes. I'm not, you know, I'm doing what I think is right for me and what I believe to be the smarter or wiser choice. 1440 per pack. 1440 per pack. So, and I think it has 14 packs, I believe. 14 packs. We're at 1440 times the 14 packs. We're at 201, and it was at a little under that yesterday. So they're being sold at 210, 220, and pack value isn't exactly there. Like, what's the point, in my opinion, for me? For that, I'd rather buy the um the one item that actually does have the best uh price per pack value, which is the Ascended Heroes First Partners Deluxe Pen Collection. Not the case, just the single boxes. The single collection boxes are, I believe, at like 63. Here we go. And there's 12 packs. So that would be, let me put it at 64 divided by that 1440. Oops, I'm wrong. What did I just do? What the hell was that? 64 divided by 5. Puts you at $12.80. That's the best price per pack value out of all Ascended Heroes. And that's to me, for, as I said before, for something like Prismatic, for something like Ascended Heroes, for something like even Paladin Fates and 151, the price per pack is what matters to me, because these are sets that people want to rip and they will continue to want to rip. These are not things that people are going to want to keep sealed. I don't know too many people that want to keep collection boxes sealed. That's not where my head is when it comes to these specific like ancillary items. Um, I'm thinking about offloading products based on price per pack because people want to rip, and ripping shippers will need them at some point as well. So, Pokemon clearly isn't doing booster box reprints, not in 2 years. Destiny and Phantasmal are the move. Yeah, I made a video about that, right? I made a video about that yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, but basically the video was based on was me asking, like, is it time to invest? Because people, you can't tell them what to do. You can only bring up the information. And the three items that I did bring up are Destined, Phantasmal, and I did bring up the Ascended Heroes ETBs, because of the value of the sealed item, and we don't know if we're gonna get them anymore, right? But Destined Rivals and Phantasmal have pulled back like more than anybody could have ever asked for. I mean, especially Destined Rivals. Fino, gang, what's going on, man? What is up? Where you been at? I literally bought 2 Ghastly the other day. Which one's from Temporal? I think you're talking about Temporal Forces. Surging is the second best booster box in the Scarlet and Violet. It's not even close. I mean, it's right there with Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved is much deeper than Surging, for sure. It has way more illustration rares. That's one thing I will say when it comes to Paldea Evolved. So it's hard, man. Path Evolved is a pretty good box, you know. But yeah, Destined Rivals, like if you were going to buy Destined Rivals, I mean, does it continue to pull back? I don't know. It's possible. These were buys at 539, 540. What are the listings looking like? Let's see what the lowest listed box is on TCG Player. 530? 530. So it actually will probably continue pulling back. If people keep undercutting each other like this and listing like this, people will buy these cheaper listings and it will keep pulling back. So you could possibly keep waiting and find yourself with a few more better opportunities when it comes to this. But this thing has already pulled back $100, guys. 644 down to 543. $100 it's pulled back. But like I said, looking at what we have here, the two lowest listed are 530, basically. You might find yourself with better opportunities if people stop buying. Like if they keep on being patient or people just continue on holding and not buying, yeah, you might find yourself with some opportunity here, even better opportunity. But right now, this is the best we've seen from Destin in a really long time. And Phantasmal Flames has pulled back, I believe, $50, right? I believe it has pulled back 50. Actually, it came back up to 429. It was down to 413, 414, and it is back up to 430. It was at 464. The high was 471. We're now down to 430. So it was a little lower. We're it came back up a little bit. We're at 430. It's still down $40 from the all-time high. Does it continue on like that? Only time will tell. You know, what is the recent sales? Yeah. Only time will tell. But for sure, two great opportunities. The only hope I have for Phantasmal is that it falls, I guess, on their like printing schedule when it comes to those new printing facilities or that new printing facility. I hope that they do give us more boxes. I hope so at least. Um, Agreed. 300 myself on a UPC max or just hold off. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Yeah, it is a crime. Call the police. The crowns look like they took a sheet of what? Of acid. Surgeon will have its moments down the road, like you said, just so much of it. Yeah, that's all it is. Once people eat up the product, it's gonna move. I was in Osaka 2 weeks ago. Pokemon Center limited to buying 2 packs of M5 a day. Overall, the market in Japan for cards is slowly declining. Really? I mean, it is slowing down here as well, right? It has slowed down. But so what really has been slowing down is people buying, right? People have been slowing their buying. They're being a little more picky than they normally are because everything isn't just taking off. You're not just buying the best opportunity available at the moment, but demand is still here. If any of these sets gave like better opportunities, if Ascended Heroes pulled back, you will see buy volume spike. If Prismatic pulls back, buy volume will spike. If Destined Rivals, even though it has pulled back, it's still not the easiest thing for people to do when it comes to spending $550 for one singular box. So it's still a difficult buy for most people at that price point, but for a lot of these other products or sets, if opportunity was provided, people will buy. Demand is there. If you go look on eBay, you will see a lot more sales than what we're seeing here. If you look on eBay, I'm pretty sure even within the last day, right? Comparing like um what we've seen here on TCG Player, right? I think what did I just see right now? TCG Player, right? TCG Player. What were the sales real quick for Destin in just the past few days? Let's just see what the past few days look like. Because I know that we look at TCG Player because it's like the main place where Damn, my nose is bothering me. Sorry, guys. Where we look at like price points, like market price, because everybody follows this price point. We had one today, one box sold today, and two yesterday, and then none the day before that. So that's three in the last 3 days on eBay. Let's first put US only, just in case, English, and then sold. Let's see. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more sales here than we saw on TCG Player. One, and I hate how he mixes this up. Another one today. We already beat today's sales on TCG Player. And they're a little cheaper, right? That was what was that? 520? So 525 with shipping. What was that first one? That was actually 560 with the acrylic. So maybe with the acrylic you could say 540, something like that. What else? Where are the others? What is this? Pack of four? Is this legit? If this can't be legit. $800 for four. That doesn't sound legit. This is the case for $3,600. This is a pair of two for $540 each with $25 delivery. And this is still just yesterday. So we're definitely already way past that just three boxes. 585 would be crazy with only, I don't know, four positive feedback. I don't know if that's legit just because it's four positive feedback on that. Another one, same person at 656. I don't know if that's legit. Another one, yeah, this guy's not legit. He's not legit. But another one on the 21st at 550. That did look legit. 975, a little under $500 per with $35 delivery. That kind of puts you right back up there, but still, that's in the low 500s. That is not bad right there. That's like $507, I think. Not bad. This one also 525. I mean, with delivery around market. So we're around that price point. We're selling a decent amount more on eBay, like almost like 4 times more on eBay, if I had to just guess, in comparison to what we're seeing on TCG Player. So, you know, product is still moving, man. If opportunity comes, if people list items under a certain price point, people are going to buy. I think that we really, really have to understand that it's not that easy to buy at these price points for most people. It's not. And a lot of people, if you think about how much has sold, like in the last year, 2,871 boxes, a lot of people are holding. A lot of people that wanted to hold a position in Destin Rivals already have that, already have maybe what they wanted. They've been buying for the last year and a half or year, sorry. So just something to consider. 9 months, it rotates out way too cheap. Well, like I said, it's only because we have so much product in the market. Tripping. Man been busy, locked in on some music. Nice. Dropped a new track. Yeah, grabbed two temporal. Yeah. I think I have like 3 or 4 of those Gasleys. I got them back when they were like 25 and $30. Sick. It's all crashing. Sell, sell, sell. Oh man. Sell everything and start all over. 3 years ago, booster boxes were 75. Uh what? 75 500 is asking to get wrecked? Oh, 750. Um, I can get 470 a booster box for Destin Rivals. I'm holding 4 at 277 USD. What? Are you in the UK? 470 is not bad. Considering what we're dealing with here in the US with our price points. I'm considering getting another box. I mean, I feel confident with Destin Rivals, so one quick second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. I know you guys couldn't hear me, but I was just messing with my girl. It's getting a little warm here. This girl has, guys, guys, the AC's on, and I'm wondering why it's hot. Guys, my girl has the AC set to 75 degrees. I think she thinks this thing is a damn heater. What? Yo, yo, what is going on? What's going on? Ah, yes, let's listen to a Surgeon Sparks, baby, for all our investing moves, what possibly can go wrong. Surgeon Sparks is listen, I think Surgeon Sparks, I think all it needs is time. You know, as I was saying earlier, like, I think a lot of what we've gotten used to is, like I said before, like, these price points just like, people are so used to buying something and it just nonstop taking off. We're now experiencing something similar to, like, some kind of like, a sense of normalcy is what we're getting here, like, we're no longer seeing things just go to the moon, right? The next thing that'll probably come out and just go to the moon is the 30th. But for so long, we've been used to everything at the same time, doing the very same thing, and the trajectory for every single thing has been the same, and it's been up. Maybe some have been trending up faster than others, but the truth is that everything has been trending. Every single item has been trending up at this very same exact time. And everybody got so used to everything just absolutely taking off the whole time. Now, surging might not be exploding right now, but I think it has some nice growth ahead of it. Honestly, I do. Um, like I said before, there's just a lot available on the market. If you think about how much we have listed on TCG Player, which is almost 800 boxes, imagine how much is out there on Facebook. Imagine how much is out there in stores. Imagine how much is out there on eBay. And while people have all these other, avenues to go after this box, they may not typically be buying on TCG Player. And that is like so important when it comes to this market because market price is only moving when people affect market price on TCG Player. It's when people buy on this specific website that market moves. So if people keep buying on eBay and not on TCG Player, it's not going to budge. And as a matter of fact, if people keep buying on eBay and not on TCG Player, people may continue just undercutting each other because they're listing their boxes here. They're TCG Player sellers. So if they cannot sell, they will undercut each other. And we're seeing it happen with Destined Rivals. So if people just continue to buy on eBay and not buy here, you don't affect this specific market price. And this is just the most, whether we like it or not. This is, and I personally, I don't like it, but it just is what it is. This is the market price that everybody follows. Every single site that you see out there, every single app you see out there pulls information from this website, from TCG Player. And if people do not buy here and they keep undercutting each other here, it will continue to drop. It's a thing. I don't think most people think about that because, like I said before, yeah, we have 786 boxes on TCG Player for surging, but how many are on eBay? And how many are being purchased on eBay in comparison to what we're seeing on TCG Player? Just as I showed with Destined Rivals. And in the last 3 days, there was only 3 booster boxes bought on TCG Player, but we saw like 4 times the amount on eBay. And I didn't even go to the next page. It's just with what we saw within that first page. I didn't click over to the next page, which most likely had more sales from the 21st, which was within those 3 days. So just something to keep in mind. There's a lot to think about. It's not just cut and dry as some people think. It's not just TCG Player. It's everything as a whole, right? So something to think about. Sylvester, what's going on, bro? What is up, man? How are you doing? I'm in Asia, but got in early. Nice, nice. That always feels good. It always feels good to get in early. Rip something for us, JC. Though I don't have anything to rip. I don't have anything dedicated to rip. I usually, on those other days, I did have something dedicated to rip. Um, so I don't really have anything right now. I did pick this up though. 2 of these. This is the Entei movie promo. I actually love these promos. I picked up 2 of them sealed. I'm thinking of picking up more of these, but it's not like they're scarce or anything like that. But I just like them. Um, I was considering opening one of them because I do want to grade some of these. And the only way to see centering on these is to rip it. And it's hard to gauge which I should rip. Like I'm looking at the centering in the back of the card, and they're both decent. I'm just trying to see something else real quick. I'm trying to see if there's anything wrong with the corners, the edges. They're not. Nothing's wrong with. So maybe I'll open one of these on stream. We'll see what they look like. A crisp, beautiful Entei movie promo. Destin is going to be like a 3K box one day. I think so. By then, evolving will be 10K. Yeah, I agree. It's just going to take time. I think, like I said before, I think people got too used to that, man. I remember, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I remember at some point in January, and once again, I'm not going to say YouTubers' names. I'm not here to try to trash anyone. I'm just saying this is how everyone was used to. This is what everybody was used to seeing. I remember a specific YouTuber saying in his video that he's predicting that by the end of this year, Destin Rivals was going to be at 1K. I feel like that's kind of absurd. I do. I really do. But, it's what we've been used to. Like, I think people needed this time right here, and we need more times like this to bring people back down to earth and understand that we do need time for these things to appreciate. The only people who hate hearing that are the people who bought these things at like MSRP that had a connection of some kind. They're like, screw Jay. Jay, you're wrong. You're wrong. These things need to go right now. Oh my god, your girl making you sweat. I thought it was the chat. Oh my god. Grim, what's up, bro? What's up? Destined is destined. Yes. I mean, it's a great listen. I got 9 boxes now. I got the 9 boxes. If I find more good opportunities, which we're seeing is very, very possible, happen in the near future. Hopefully, whatever happens, whatever makes it so that you guys can justify buying these boxes if you want Distant Rivals, whatever happens, I hope it happens before the 30th, because the 30th might kick things up again. So hopefully, before things go crazy, you guys get to a price point that you're happy with, and you can buy a box or two if that's what you're looking for. Um, or maybe the 30th won't impact it as well at all, right? But you never know. It might impact the whole hobby. I personally think evolving is going to pump again really soon. It should be a 10K box in this market, yet nobody's buying at 2.5K. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to buy at that price point, man. It's hard to say, yo, I'm going to dish out 2.5K. And what makes it hard is that everything out there is expensive, right? Before, I brought up the fact that me and my girl have been shopping around for a car, right? And for example, like, we know right now gas prices are insane. So every single vehicle that doesn't eat up gas is insanely expensive, right? Like, go look for a Toyota RAV4. Go see, like, my coworker actually just had a conversation with me 2 days ago. He was looking at a RAV4. That thing had like, I think it was like 130,000 miles, and they were selling it for 20 something thousand dollars. It's so hard to spend 2.5K on an evolving box when everything out there is so expensive. If you want to buy a hybrid, if you want to buy, a Toyota RAV4, some kind of a Honda that does well with gas, it's a problem right now, man. It really is a problem. You go out there and you shop and you really feel like people are just trying to take advantage of you. So it's hard when people are dealing with these circumstances out there. It makes it really hard to buy an Evolving Skies box. TCG player is a manipulator. Yeah, I don't know. People manipulate it so easily. Like, I wish TCG player stepped in and actually, corrected things, but they don't. Pokebonks, what's up, man? What's going on? Welcome, man. Thank you for stopping by. Wait until GameStop owns eBay. It's coming. They gave them such a low ball offer though. I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen. Do it. You want me to open up the Entei movie promo? I'll open it. I really do want to open one. I mean, I might open them both. Like I said, I would like to grade some of these. You ain't seen nothing yet. eBay, the biggest dog in the fight, is literally the market. Yeah, but it's not the market price that everybody follows. That's all I'm getting at. eBay sells a ton. I don't doubt that at all. eBay is incredibly huge, but people track this market price and they use this price point for all their sales. If you go to shows, if you look at that, like I'm pretty sure Collector App, Card Ladder, and all these other sites, they're pulling information from this site. So just that's all. That's all I'm saying. No, but in 3 years it will be 3K. Hey, I believe it. I believe it. I don't doubt it at all. That's why I bought what I bought, and I wouldn't be opposed to buying more. I would not be opposed to buying more for the right price. Hey fam, love waking up to your live stream. I'm down in Indiana. I was telling you about the Ascended Heroes prices, ETBs at 140. I should be buying these up. Yeah, I would. I would. What's up? Welcome back to the stream. You were here on Sunday, I remember. At 140, I would. I saw somebody listing by me, somebody listed Ascended Heroes ETBs for 160. Market right now is 172. He had 5 ETBs listed. I was considering contacting him and offering him 150 for all of them. And he has 5. So I'm thinking if he listed it for 160 and he wants to offload, I think he would give in for that 150. You know, maybe I'd offer 140. Maybe he'd come back with 150. But sometimes you lowball too much and they just block you. So I don't know if I should offer 140, but I was considering offering 150. I got Temporal Forces booster box at 310. Is that what you're trying to say? You just bought one? I'm trying to understand exactly what it is you're saying. At 310 though, that's the high. Right now, Temporal Forces, I don't know if it's the greatest time to buy Temporal right now, but it is pulling back. So you might find yourself with a better opportunity not too long from now. Yeah, Jay, I feel you. I'm looking for a car also. Yeah, it is crazy right now. We went to like several dealerships, and if it truly felt like anything that would do well right now with these gas prices, like it really felt like they were taking advantage. Like they know that the market. I guess that's the market for them. Um, and I'm like, I'm not paying $20,000 for a car that has over 100,000 miles. Are you out of your mind? I'm not even paying you 50. I'm not even paying you 10. Well, I'm not. No, I'm not gonna buy a car that has had all the good years or all the good mileage already like used up in the car. What am I gonna buy the car and pick up the scraps and just continue to take it into the mechanic? And no, it's not happening. Yeah, it is tough. You're probably not getting out the dealership for less than 30K. Yeah, it's crazy right now. Right now is insane right now. Not even just a dealership, just people just selling on like even on just any site. It doesn't matter what it is. People are just I don't know. It's crazy out there right now. Drunk, what is up, man? What is going on? Thank you for stopping by. McDonald Wi-Fi. Let everyone focus on the 30th while the smart buyers buy other sets. I mean, people are dumping for the 30th. Like I said before, uh Pack Hype Collective, a newer YouTuber. He has like a store, a newer store. He's selling off like as much as he can for the 30th. The Poke Office, which more people know, has been more well established here. He's trying to sell as much as possible of his Pitch Black because I think he said he bought too much Pitch Black so that he could afford what he wants for the 30th. Um, just everyone is literally not just stores, just people overall, collectors are doing the best they can to load up or at least free up capital for the 30th. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the wisest move in this market because everything's going to be so inflated, especially products for the 30th anniversary. Those things are going to be all so incredibly inflated. I just don't know, man. I don't know if it's the right move. That's why I'm at least trying to be calm with what I do. I'm trying to take my time and really just ride it out and see if there are any other decent price points out there because everything looks crazy. Like I said, the cheapest thing I found right now was $175 for a celebrations eat. like a 30th celebration CTB. Like 175 is still a lot. That's over 3x MSRP. And no, I'm not MSRP gang, but I at least want to be within the ballpark that feels reasonable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna buy something at a price point that I don't feel comfortable with. Evolving is a set super undervalued right now. I mean, listen, there's a lot of things within evolving that are undervalued. It's not just a sealed product. A lot of the singles in there are probably a bit undervalued. Um, but yeah, they're expensive as well. Like I said before, man, this is why I I I make sure to take my time to think about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Because even with these conversations about everything with the 30th celebrations with the anniversary, if you buy at the wrong price point, you're going to be holding at that price point for a really long time, like a really long time. So, my guess end of the year of Evolving Skies 3 to 4K. I don't know. Listen, if the 30th affects all of Pokemon and everything starts moving again, like we saw last year, then yeah, I could see that happening. But right now, I'm just going over Evolving Skies. I think Evolving Skies, if I remember correctly, has been struggling really bad. It has not budged. That 2.6K price point has been like that for some time. Look at that. It says that it was at 2,715 just off of one sale that sold at 2,814. And it feels weird when I see those price points. It really feels like manipulation. Look at all these listings. Look at all these listings. Why would anybody buy at 2,800 or at 2,700 when you have listings at 2,400, 300, 500? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But in the last 3 months, even with what I feel is manipulation, it's only up 1.4%. In the last 6 months, it's up 5%. In the last year, it's up 23. But starting off from that price from like January time, yeah, it's been struggling, man. It had this price point where we thought was a huge high at 2.6K, and that high is where we're at right now at 2.6K. I mean, maybe we'll hit 3K. Maybe. It really depends on how the market moves. It really does. Like I said, if the 30th really affects the rest of the market, then I could see that happening. But at the rate that it's moving right now, I don't see it happening right now. GameStop just bought another 5%. They own 10% of eBay, technically 9.9%. That's crazy. It's a smart move by them. They couldn't buy out the whole thing. Now they're buying them by pieces. That's crazy. Next move of Sword and Shield will be big. I think Sword and Shield is going to do well. When people finally start looking towards boxes that are actually more scarce than what we have in Scarlet and Violet. I mean, I'll say this. I think Scarlet and Violet is going to do amazing. I don't doubt Scarlet and Violet whatsoever. Scarlet and Violet introducing illustration rares and just hit after hit after hit. It's just like hits in abundance. I think Scarlet and Violet is going to be loved for a very long time. And at the same time, so is Sword and Shield. Those alternate art cards are amazing. The trainer galleries are amazing as well. We have a lot of banger sets here, whether it be Fusion, Brilliant, Silver Tempest, the Lugia. I think I say it all the time. In my opinion, I think it's the best alternate art in all of Sword and Shield. Just my opinion. But when it finally does move, I think it'll be a decent move. But like I said before, people have trouble buying it, especially right now. They're having a lot of trouble buying at these expensive price points, man. People are going to bankrupt themselves for the 30th if they meet demand. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'd rather, with the way things are going now, when I see prices this inflated, like this early, and not only like we've always like for some time now we've been seeing inflated prices with pre-orders, right? Depending on the set, we've been seeing several items. They're always inflated, especially on TCG Player when they're listed as a pre-order, but not to these levels, not to these extremes when it comes to these price points. Like I cannot believe that they're this high right now, and it just doesn't make sense to me. So if I don't feel comfortable with it, I'd rather just sit back and watch a little. I'd rather sit back and watch. Hopefully, some pretty decent opportunities, open up for me, and then I'll take advantage of that. But at the moment, I don't think diving into the 30th, getting rid of everything you have, is the smartest move. Like, I don't know. Look, like some people have said things like, "Oh, this one's different. The 30th is different. The set is better." Yeah, it is a better set, but everything that we're doing, right, when it comes to talking about the market, it's all following trends. We've been following trends for years. These data points that we're pulling from 5 years ago, these are all trends. And if the trends continue when it comes to the anniversary sets, they tend to stagnate for pretty long. While others are moving, while other sets are moving, the regular sets in other eras, whether it be Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet, while they're moving, the anniversary sets are stagnant. And I don't want to have so much tied up in something that may be stagnant, like for that long. Especially once again, if it does follow that same trend, that means that the 30th, once it does stagnate at whatever price point it is, it will be that way up until the next anniversary. If it follows suit, right? Like the others. Will it, or we won't know. But for that reason and several others, I will sit back and relax and look towards other things and other opportunities. I've seen so many people act like there are people acting like the 30th is everything and it is the only one sole thing out there. Like it's like the end all be all for some people, it sounds like almost. And I don't see things that way. We have so many good sets out here, so many other opportunities. Right after the 30th, we're gonna have the Rayquaza set. How many people are gonna be able to go into the 30th, buy up all this product that they want to buy up, and still be able to afford the Rayquaza set after that? I don't think that's gonna be a very large number of people, you know? So, there's still gonna be more after the 30th. So I'd rather just try to play it smart, is all. You know how that works? They own 51%, they own eBay. Yeah, yes, 100%. That's why I said it's smart. They couldn't buy out the whole thing, and now they started buying by pieces. Uh, I am Emerson RP Gang at launch. Yeah, I know. Well, you have a store in Canada. Sadly, you're not here. I would love to have a store that sells MSRP at launch. What would you rather open? A booster box of chaos or two ascended bundles? Hmm. I mean, that's a very lopsided comparison. I was trying to see I was trying to think like in what way could chaos be the better opening, and it just can't. There's too much value within Ascended Heroes in comparison to whatever you'd pull in Chaos Rising. Right? I think what is the frog at right now? Let's see. We're gonna compare right now. Together, holding hands. So sorry, where am I going? Uh Top chase right now. Last I saw was like 320. Where's it at now? Oh, oh, I did not see that. 238. 238 for the Mega Greninja. It has fallen hard. It's also something that people can buy if they enjoy it now, though. Right? So 238. This is where chaos, this is why chaos can't compete. 4 8. So the seventh, the seventh highest card is more valuable than the top chase and chaos. And that's why that's like that comparison. You can't even this just doesn't even compete. You can't even do that. It's not even fair, to be honest. It's not. Do you agree with Rudy when he said to focus more on past sets like in Sword and Shield? I think that scarcity is on your side when it comes to Sword and Shield. I think that if you're looking for something that's much more stable, you look towards something like Sword and Shield or like early Scarlet and Violet. Um, if you are okay with a more riskier play, then you're buying the newer stuff. I think that's really what Rudy was trying to get at when he said that. And I did see the video. I think that what he was just trying to point out is that the older sets are going to be much more stable than whatever we're experiencing now. And on top of that, much more scarce, which usually provides value to that product, right? That's where we're seeing Temporal Forces, which is what I was trying to point out. It's at 300 and something dollars, whatever it was, 318, I think, or 313. It's because of how much is listed on TCG Player. We only have 116 boxes for Temporal Forces being listed there, which will continue to rise the price if people keep buying because there aren't that many listed. And so I think a majority of his reasoning was that. Dio says no. Evolving is going to 4x this year. Y'all crazy. Oh my gosh. We'll see that. This time next year, it will be 10K. ETBs will be 2K. Shit's getting old. It is getting old, but I don't think it's going to be at that price point. If the prices stay high at the 30th, I'm selling off everything except the PC ETB, taking the money and buy Delta Rain, buy back in a little later when things come down. Might as well take advantage. If you can buy in at really low price points and then sell off, like once everything starts skyrocketing, yeah, you're golden. If you wait too long, though, and it gets to those price points that people have a trouble justifying, you're going to be stuck holding, or it'll just, or people will just continue to buy. We don't know. As I said before, this hobby is all based on like hype and emotion, right? So people may actually just buy even at those highs, but I would just be a little weary the way like trying to flip that quickly. That's all. I'm not even looking at the 30th. If I get any, I'm ripping. If I don't get, I'll get in 3 years later. That's something that I've discussed before. I'd be very okay with that. Like I didn't succeed with the PC ETBs at all. I did get those collection boxes and the knockout collection, and I did get the 3 booster bundles. I'm ripping all of it. I am ripping all of it. Hopefully, I get some decently gradable cards from in there because that's really what I'm going for. If it's not going to be an ETB, a UPC, well, you know what? I don't know. We'll see. I'm saying this. It's truly what I want to do, but it all depends on what the singles are going to be worth. If the singles are worth, then I have no problem ripping them. No problem. Prismatic, in my opinion, is a better buy at current prices than the 30th. Well, this is what I'm trying to say. Buying the 30th at these price points, it hasn't even had time to age, and it sounds like from what people are saying, it's going to get printed to the ground, or at least people are assuming that it's going to get printed to the ground. How accurate that is, I don't know. I don't have distro. I'm just going off of what others are saying. If there is a lot, then it's going to be out there in abundance. I mean, but like I said before, these are pre-sale prices. They are inflated. But what's concerning is that people are buying, so it's why I mentioned it. Pre-ordered 4 ETB, 2 UPC from GameStop. Kind of iffy on keeping the UPC, but I doubt they will be below 400. I just want some exposure to them and move on. Yeah, I don't know. It all depends on how much product we get. It all depends on how much product we get. You know, thinking about like it, just taking the time to think about like, for example, like the Poke Office. Like I keep bringing it up because I watched the video literally today. Um, and I'm listening to him say that he's trying to up his allocations for the 30th. He's been trying to buy up as much as whatever the last few sets have been. And that's why he said he currently realized that he bought too much pitch black because he wants to raise allocations for the 30th. He wants more distribution. He's trying to make distribution happy so that they can provide him with more. If we get too much product, we will see prices drop. Like, we will. And if there was going to be a set that Pokemon gave us a lot of, I think it would be this one. It just makes sense. I don't have, you know, a crystal ball to tell the future with, right? We don't know what Pokemon's going to give us. But if there was a set that they were going to print to the ground, I think it'd be this one. Like, but we will have to see. Um, yeah, the UPCs will be top tier products though. Those will for sure be top tier products. 25th 25th PC ETBs sat at like 150 for years. This is what I'm saying. If this anniversary set does follow suit and it sticks with that trend, then we will be seeing those prices stagnate for a long time. And I really do not want to have money tied up for that long and it just be stagnant the whole time. That's just something that I'm thinking about. I don't want that to happen. To me, it makes sense to just wait a bit and try to be a little just wiser. Just, you know, in my younger days, I've had my moments where I was really impatient. And I feel like those moments were the moments where I made like the biggest mistakes in my life. And I'd rather exercise patience and just wait a little bit. Just wait a little. I don't, and there's no grand opportunity at my doorstep right now, anyways. The best opportunity that I've heard is $100 ETBs at GameStop. There is no grand opportunity like anywhere for me. So for most people, they're in the same boat. Like I said to you guys, I'm the average collector. I don't have ins anywhere. I don't have no connection. So I am the average collector. And if you are like me, then that means you don't have this insane opportunity at your doorstep either. So it will not hurt to just wait a little bit and see what happens. Do these prices, even on TCG Player, these pre-sale prices, do they continue to actually like drop? Right? Just looking at the ETB dropped. It's at where's it at? Sorry. We're at 215. And what did I say before? It dropped from where? It dropped from these insane prices. So some of these prices are clearly worse than the others, right? Like these right here are like, who bought this? Like, whatever, you're out of your mind. But as we drop, right, and we're at 386, 19 items sold on this one day. We dropped again to 350, 10 items sold. We dropped to 292, 12 items sold. People, like, the moment it drops, like, people are buying. And then when they continue to buy at like 100 of these for $221, you start to create a floor. Like, why are you like, why 112, 61, 64, 76, all within that price range, right? And I just told you guys, this is $250 today. 29 items were sold at that $215 price point. I just told you guys that I found these online for $175 as a pre-order. But people are still coming here on a TCG Player buying for $215. I'd rather be a little patient and watch these things continue to pull back. And this is just the price points for everything outside of the UPCs. The Pokemon Center ETBs are at $672 right now. But there haven't been that many sales. Like, who buys this price point? Like, that's dumb. Who would buy? You have people selling on eBay for less. I don't know. I think that's just, I know people hate hearing it, but I think it's just people literally manipulating it on TCG Player, trying to create some kind of like weird floor when these sales aren't legit. These are like people buying from each other. I I don't see how people would have a hard time being legit stores, being friends, and saying, "Hey, buy this box from me on TCG Player. I'll give you the money right back." It's that easy. It'd be that easy just to create those sales. But Yeah, I'd exercise patience. That's just me. I'm putting my money on people losing their asses on the 30th. It's gonna be scary. People need to be careful. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I really hope people do not get hurt. Uh, but sometimes that needs to happen to some people because they just, I don't know. I don't know. I want to say they don't learn. They don't know any better. I don't know. But I feel that it is time to open this Entei movie promo. I absolutely love this promo. I know that it's worth a lot more sealed. Drunk also by perfect order. Drunk is a believer in perfect order. I don't blame him. You know, you could believe in what you want. I think there's something in every set for someone. There's always something in there. Um, but he's been doing really well with perfect order in Canada in his store. It's been moving pretty well from what he's been telling me. So many must get cooked for few. Yo, if I had a shirt that said that, I think that'd be like one of the funniest things ever. Like I really do think that's funny. That sounds like some wisdomist. It almost sounds like, you know, when you see a movie, when you're watching a movie and there's like this old Asian guy trying to pass off his wisdom. It started off like sounding like that to me, and then it got to where it got to. That's funny. But yeah, I'm gonna open this NTA movie promo. Like I said before, I do know, of course, that they are worth more. They're more valuable sealed, but I would like to grade these, and this will be the first one. Is it the first one that I own? I'm not sure if this will be the very first one that I own. And there goes bulk. There goes the bulk on the ground. I'm not sure if I own it or not. I cannot remember. I think I might have bought one. I'm not sure. But we're opening this thing. We are opening this thing right now. Seti, what is up? Seti, I have not forgotten about you. Still have to mail you your stuff. All right. Trust me. I've just been really busy, but I have not forgot about you. I will not forget. Don't worry. Perfect order is better than Stellar Crown, he said. I don't know. That Bulbasaur and Squirtle are really good looking cards, though. That is, I did say this earlier, Fino. That is the argument that a lot of people are bringing up. That even though the 25th was an anniversary set, and we're expecting to um, see the same thing happen with the 30th is a much better set. That is a legit argument. It is a much better set. It is 100%. That's why, once again, I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. There's no way to foretell exactly what will happen. It is without a doubt a much better set. Look how Stellar Crown has gone up. So Stellar Crown has gone up mostly. Well, there's two reasons why Stellar Crown has gone up. One, it's got two cancel starters there with absolutely amazing illustrations, and it looks like it connects with the Obsidian Flames promo. That's one, right? Two is that Stellar Crown was or has been like incredibly scarce. So that right there uh makes it so that it's just a like a decent enough recipe to have it actually grow in value. Scarcity was really the main reason why it did rise in value the way that it has. And at the moment, you know, and this is the thing that I'm talking about that I am going to tomorrow's video. SETI will be one that I think you'll like. Tomorrow's video will be, I mean, you're in the Discord and you saw what we were talking about today before I went live. I think it's a very, very interesting discussion that we were having. I think it's a very good discussion. And I want to talk about basically what I was saying in the Discord, what I felt was going to happen. And I'm not trying to say it here exactly. Tomorrow people can watch it. And I think that it'll be a very, very interesting conversation that correlates with what you're saying right now. But Stellar Crown, as I was saying before, was much more scarce. Perfect Order right now is brand new, you know? It's brand new. So scarce is not really on its side right now. For the Entei promo. Look at that beautiful thing, baby. Look at that. Yo, I like this card so much. I like this card so much. So much. Wow. This is a beautiful. I love the way that they did this card. Sorry, I'm just inspecting the card. Centering looks decent. It's not perfect, but it's decent. Yeah, I love absolutely love this card with a little half a swirl on the bottom. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. What's the worst that happens though? You buy some sort of shield stuff that's 5 to 10x. Yeah, I guess so. Oh snap! I have one of those in stuff somewhere. Where did I see that? LOL. This card is beautiful. I do love this card. I'm gonna buy a few more of these sealed, so they can be in like I guess pristine conditions. Let me grab a semi rigid real quick while I pick up the bulk that I dropped. Oh, you want to see this? I've been into so many cards lately. Yeah, I mean, you've been buying up collections though. You know, you're going to be running into a lot of pretty cool cards. I mean, the things you've been showing in the Discord have been pretty cool. You did have that Neo Lugia. You had that Rayquaza you sold instantly. That Trainer Gallery Rayquaza from Silver Tempest. Um, so you've ran into some pretty cool stuff. That's the cool thing about like being in a shop. Like when I finally start vending, right? And one of the probably the not one the main reason why I haven't started is because I am looking for a car, right? And I there's no way that I could drive. Like, sorry, there's no way that I could maneuver myself with product and cases and whatever I'm going to have at my table without having a vehicle to drive around. And so we're in need of a vehicle, and without that, I clearly can't vend. But very much, very much like your store, you know, I'm pretty sure that when the time comes, I will run across some pretty cool stuff. I could buy them for now. I need to flip some and get back some capital now. Yeah, I mean, it's your store's been booming though, right? Am I wrong? You said that that it's been booming, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna move that stuff no problem. And this card is so beautiful. So beautiful. It's too bad they never made a like all three legendary dogs like this, like they should have. They should have made all three just like this. You know, you could have graded a sequential set. You could have had one like so cool. So cool. But yeah. Anything else you guys are into right now at the moment? Kevin says, the crazy thing is everything is always expensive in the current reference frame. Sword and Shield, the Zard UPCs were $70. That was too expensive in that reference frame. Yeah. I don't know. In this case right now, though, in the conversation of the 30th, I think it's a legit thing to say because this is all pre-order prices. And we do know from every single thing that we've seen in the past, they're inflated, right? So we are going to get better opportunities to come. Now, the other stuff that's already released, that's a whole different story. A whole different story. Um, Nowadays, you could bust one down and sell one promo for what you said. Yeah, I turned down a free card show invite, was basically begged to go for this weekend. I'm too busy. Damn, you could have unloaded a lot there, though. You could have offloaded a lot of what you just bought, you know? But yeah, if it's possible, like I said, depending on the price points of these promos, you know, I don't think these promos are gonna be worth the value of the UPC though. The promos are nice, but I think people are gonna be smarter than than justifying a promo being worth what the whole UPC is worth, you know? But well, like I said, we'll have to see. But these are clearly inflated prices. We're gonna have better opportunities. Um, but yeah, outside of this, is there anything you guys are into right now? You guys are like diving deep into that's catching your attention. Um, Maybe those ancillary products that I talked about in one of my last videos. I think taking I didn't make a video in like 8 days, and I think YouTube is punishing me. Yesterday's video took off in the beginning really, really well, and all the analytics for it are good, but it just didn't get pushed. I do better in my shop, honestly, less overhead and easier tax tracking, etc. Really? Okay. I mean, hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works. Um, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to vending because as I am there clearly making money and I'm profiting, there are going to be so many opportunities that are going to come to me, right? And as long as I'm liquid, I'll be able to take advantage of them. Um, but I will be picky for sure. I will be picky because it's easy. I think it'll be really, really easy to over leverage at card shows and just buy up everything that people come to you with. And one thing that I probably won't be buying up until I develop a certain amount of capital just off of the card shows alone is slabs. I probably will not take advantage of slabs like that because slabs are like insane right now. Excited for Pal World. I think you brought this up the last time. But like, do you really think Pal World is going to do that well? Like, I feel like Power World will be a little bit of a risky, uh, I guess, when it comes to an investment. Maybe you're not talking investment wise. Maybe you're talking just excited for the game, which is perfectly fine as well. I bought 10 Series 1 and 5 Series 2 starter promos 10 minutes ago. You bought just the packs? That might be a play. That might be a play. If you bought just the packs, let me know how much you paid for them. I might go buy a few right now. I'm not even kidding, man. Disney Volcano Attack of the Vines is super fun. Taking a break from Pokemon, not a fan of the sets I can find. LOL, and not paying over MSRP for Ascended. It's tough. Hey, I get it. You don't have to do what a lot of other people are doing, which is buying off of secondary prices. You don't stick to your guns, man. Just if you buy something, be comfortable with it. If you're not comfortable with it, don't buy for sure. Oh, don't get me wrong. Vending is a lot of fun. So enjoy it when you're ready. Yeah, I will. Thank you. I ordered 100 Pal World booster boxes from Distro. Really? You think it's gonna do that well? You really think it's gonna do that well? Do you have people like that want it, that are excited for it, that have been like asking you about it? I bought 2 cases of Power World, but do you guys I get that it's the first edition. I'm just talking about what Power World is. Do you think it's gonna be successful? Do you think it's gonna do well? I might try to play. I bought a case and 2 boxes. Okay. I paid 25 each. Where'd you that might be a play. I'm not even kidding, man. I'm not even kidding because I was supposed to buy the Series 1 boxes, and there was so many things I was looking at the time, and then it, like, left that price point that I wanted it at, where I wanted to buy. So let me see. Series 1, Pokemon, first partner, Series 1 pack. I'm not seeing them listed here on eBay. Oh, there's one. Whoa, there's a pack listed by itself for $50. Why would I buy that from you, sir? I could just buy the box for $50 or 70 or whatever. Um, how'd you get it for 25 each? Please let me know because I don't see that here at all. I bought 10 Series 2 boxes and hit the 9 starters in the first 3 boxes. LOL. Get to keep the rest sealed. Nice. That's some pretty good luck. I'm not gonna lie. If I can sell them for $50, I'll do fine. I don't have people asking much, but they also don't know I will carry it. Okay. Uh from distribution, I think they're like 44, I think. Damn, that's not much. Auctions on eBay? That's crazy. I think Paul World will have an audience, depends on how the game functions. And once tournaments start, it will only grow. Now, I will say this. The only thing, the only TCG that I really am looking forward to outside of Pokemon, and I'm definitely going to be patient and just wait for that one TCG, is the Naruto TCG that's going to be made by Bandai. I love Naruto like a lot. Like I've rewatched the show like 3 or 4 times. So that to me is one of the greatest shows ever made. I think it's the greatest to be honest, but that's just my opinion. Um, and I will be waiting for that. I think Bandai is going to give you something similar to what One Piece is. I think they're going to give you similar stuff like those manga rares and things like that that we have for One Piece. I think you're going to see something very, very similar with the Naruto TCG. That's definitely what I'm going to be looking for, especially since I actually know Naruto. Like I never really watched One Piece too much, um, but Naruto I know like really well. I've been getting into flat Earth. Like, well, it looks like you're going to be going down one of the deepest rabbit holes you've ever encountered. It's just going to be crazy. I'm telling you. Yeah, so it's cool. It's dirt cheap for buyers. Yeah, I mean I see that people are going to buy some cheap things just because it's cheap and it's something that they can rip. Fanatics Alive. I'll be looking for that then. Pal World is for like people that don't want to play Pokemon but love Pokemon cards. That made sense but didn't make sense. But it's okay. Let me see. Fanatics Live. I remember. I think you guys brought up Fanatics Live last time, and I didn't have an account. And I think I had just created one that day. Please tell me my sign in is saved because I don't remember. I only did it to look at one thing you guys told me about. Oh yeah, it automatically signed me in. Nice. All right, Dios. Real quick, I'm not on the app though. I'm on the site. Um, and I want to start a fresh game to learn and actually play. So you never played the actual Pokemon game though, but the actual Pokemon game is actually like really fun. Like I've played it. Like it's actually good. I hate the Fanatics app so clunky. I don't have the app at all. I just remembered I created a sign in because the everyone here in the live the last time I think it was Dios actually told me to uh to do it, and I came to look it up. So Dios, where specifically are you looking for the auctions for that? Like where is that? Is that from Catch 'em All Collectibles? Is that him right now? Is he live? He is live. Pack breaks. Um is it did you get it from here? Let me know. Help me out, Dios. Let me know when you get a chance. I'll have it in the background. I don't know where, but I would love to pick up some of those Series 1 packs. That'd be sick. What if I Oh, so as they pop up, you're just bidding on them. Okay. I got you. I got you. All right, guys. I am over that 2-hour mark. It is about to be 11 o'clock. I think this will be a great time to call it. I appreciate you guys being here. I will have a video out tomorrow. I think tomorrow's video is very in line. Actually, I have to remember this. I'm gonna write it down because I always write down my ideas. Um, there's a video that I'm gonna make that's gonna be very in line with what's going on right now in the market and what I think is going to happen in the future. So I think that's gonna be a very, very interesting topic, interesting video. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna do the other video that we were discussing earlier. So we'll see. Tomorrow's gonna be an interesting one. I have to make up my mind. But after this live, I'm gonna jot down some ideas and then go to bed for my great Friday at work. Unless I work overtime, guys. If you don't see a video tomorrow, it's because I worked late. Okay. So hopefully that's not a big deal for you guys. Um, but yeah, guys, with that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I thank you guys so much for being here. Of course, we're going to go live again on Sunday night. I hope you guys are there for that as well. Thank you guys for supporting me. You guys are the best. You guys actually make this so fun. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. So like the stream of course as well. I usually wait till I don't know why I forget till the end and then I say it. Pokeblab, yo, I saw your video. That shit was crazy. I don't know. I thought that stuff was over. Um, I don't understand why that stuff is still ongoing with the drama, but crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could hit me up on Discord if anything, man. Yeah, I think you have. I think you got me from. We should be. I think we're in several Discords together, so for sure you could add me on there. You can do both. Watch the Logan video; it will make you feel some type of. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do the Logan video, Kev. I will do the Logan video. See you Sunday, brother. Have a good one. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, like the stream if you can. If you haven't already, subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoy it here. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.